Jackie Chan remembers the wind first. Not the height, not the crowd below, not even the cameras. The wind, because wind is the one thing you can't rehearse. Hong Kong, mid-1980s. The city is vertical, concrete stacked on concrete. Rooftops press so close together they feel like unfinished sentences. Laundry lines stretch between buildings. Neon signs buzz a few floors below the action. Somewhere far beneath, traffic moves like water. This is where the stunt will happen. Not on a soundstage. Not with safety nets. On a real rooftop. The film is already ambitious. Too ambitious, some would say. The schedule is tight. The budget stretched. The producer's nervous. Insurance representatives unhappy but outnumbered. And Jackie is restless. He's been through this before. Studios telling him something can't be done. Stunt coordinators suggesting compromises. Camera operators asking for safer angles. All reasonable. All limiting. Jackie studies the gap between the two rooftops. It's not enormous, but it's deceptive. The buildings are uneven. The landing surface isn't flat. The parapet wall is lower than it looks from certain angles. Someone marks distances with chalk. Jackie steps closer to the edge and looks down. The drop is unforgiving. This can be cheated. A coordinator says carefully. We can cut before the landing. Edit the rest. Jackie shakes his head. No, he says. People will feel it. That's always been his rule. If the audience can't feel the danger, it doesn't matter how impressive the move is. Another voice joins in. We could rig a harness. Jackie considers it. Not dismissively, thoughtfully, then shakes his head again. The angle won't work, he says. The wires will show. Someone mutters. We can paint them out. Jackie turns. And when they don't, he asks. Silence. Jackie walks the rooftop again. Back and forth. Counting steps. Testing traction. His shoes scrape slightly on loose gravel. He makes a mental note. This is the moment where leadership becomes dangerous. Because Jackie isn't just the star. He's the stunt coordinator. The example. If he goes, others will follow. If he hesitates, the production slows. A younger stuntman watches him closely. Eyes wide. Adrenaline barely contained. Jackie notices. He always notices. Don't copy this, Jackie says quietly to him. The stuntman nods. But Jackie knows that's not how influence works. They run rehearsals. Without jumping. Just movement. Just timing. Jackie lands the foot placement perfectly every time. Confidence builds. Maybe too much. The producer pulls Jackie aside. We can move this to tomorrow, he says. Wait for calmer conditions. Jackie looks at the sky. Clouds rolling in. Humidity rising. Tomorrow might be worse. No, Jackie says. We do it now. That's the decision. And once it's made, everything accelerates. Camera Ciron. Crew clears back. A hush settles over the rooftop that feels unnatural in a city this loud. Jackie takes his position. He hears someone call out. Jackie. He doesn't turn. He doesn't want doubt creeping in now. The run-up is short. Too short to hesitate. Jackie sprints. Pushes off. For a fraction of a second he's airborne. Then everything goes wrong. The wind catches him mid-flight. Not violently. Slowly. Enough. His foot clips the edge of the landing parapet. Not a full miss. Partial one. The worst kind. Jackie feels his balance break instantly. There's no panic. Just calculation. He twists, trying to absorb the impact. But the rooftop doesn't meet him the way it did in rehearsal. His head snaps back. Hard. The sound is sickening. A hollow crack that doesn't belong to concrete. It belongs to bone. Jackie collapses. Not dramatically. Just down. Motionless. For a heartbeat, no one moves. The cameras keep rolling. Someone yells, cut. Too late. Blood appears. Then at first. Then unmistakable. Running down from Jackie's scalp. Pulling on the rooftop. The world rushes back in. Crew members sprint forward. Someone kneels. Another shouts for medical help. Someone else turns away. Jackie doesn't respond. His eyes are open but unfocused. Breathing shallow. Irregular. An assistant cradles his head instinctively. Terrible mistake. Another crew member screams for him to stop. Don't move him. Minutes stretch. Sirens echo below. Too far away. Too slow. Someone whispers, "Is he dead?" No one answers. Jackie finally groans. A sound that releases just enough tension to keep the rooftop from collapsing into panic. He tries to sit up. Hands restrain him gently. "No, no, don't," someone says. Jackie's eyes flicker. Confused. Angry. "Camera," he mutters. That's his first word. Not pain. Not fear. Camera. The producer stares at him in disbelief. "Forget the camera," he says. "You're hurt." Jackie blinks. Then winces. Reality floods in. The medics arrive. They immobilize his neck. Lift him onto a stretcher. Jackie's vision blurs as the city tilts sideways. As they carry him toward the edge of the rooftop, Jackie hears murmurs. His skull. Fracture. Brain. The words float. Don't settle. At the hospital, doctors speak in clipped tones. Swelling. Impact trauma. Skull fracture. Risk of hemorrhage. Jackie drifts in and out. Memories surface uninvited. Previous stunts. Close calls. Warnings ignored. The younger stuntman from the rooftop sits outside the room. Shaking. He keeps replaying the jump in his head, imagining himself there instead. Inside, Jackie wakes briefly. A doctor notices. "Can you hear me?" he asks. Jackie nods faintly. "You're lucky," the doctor says. "Very lucky." Jackie doesn't smile. Luck wasn't the plan. The doctor continues. "You need rest. No movement. No stress." Jackie closes his eyes, then opens them again. "How long?" he asks. The doctor hesitates. "Months," he says. "Maybe more." Jackie exhales slowly. The weight of the decision finally lands. Not the pain. The responsibility. Because this wasn't just a stunt gone wrong. This was a choice. One he made. One that could have ended everything. And as the lights dim and the machines hum steadily beside him, Jackie Chan understands something he's never fully accepted before. Control is an illusion. Especially when you're falling. What happens next won't be about recovery alone. It will be about reckoning. About trust. About whether the man known for pushing limits can learn where they actually are. The hospital room is quiet in a way Jackie Chan isn't used to. No shouts. No quiz. No controlled chaos. Just the soft beep of a heart monitor. And the distant hum of Hong Kong traffic filtering through a narrow window. Jackie lies still, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. For the first time in years, he isn't planning a stunt. He's replaying one. The doctors come and go in measured steps. They explain the injury carefully, as if clarity might soften it. A fractured skull. Severe concussion. Swelling that could still turn dangerous if he moves too much too soon. One doctor speaks plainly. "If you had landed a few centimeters differently," he says, "you wouldn't be here to hear this." Jackie nods. That sentence sinks deeper than the pain. Outside the room, the crew waits. Not because they're required to, because they don't know what else to do. The rooftop feels like a lifetime ago now. But no one can shake the image of Jackie lying motionless against the concrete. They whisper. They speculate. They blame themselves. The producer stands apart. He knows better. This wasn't an accident. It was a decision. And Jackie made it. A senior stunt coordinator finally breaks the silence. "He always takes control," he says quietly. "That's why we trust him." Another voice answers, shaky. "That's why this happened." No one disagrees. When Jackie regains enough strength to sit up, the truth becomes unavoidable. This wasn't bravery. It was certainty. The kind that leaves no room for dissent. A doctor pulls Jackie aside. "You're known for your physical discipline," he says. "Now you need mental discipline." Jackie listens. He doesn't argue. "You can recover," the doctor continues. "But you can't keep pretending risk is something you master. You only negotiate with it." That word sticks. Negotiate. Days pass. Then weeks. The world outside keeps moving. Production halts. Deadlines slip. Money bleeds. No one says it to Jackie's face, but he feels it. He's cost them time. Trust. Stability. The younger stuntman visits one afternoon. He looks smaller now. Quieter. I was going to follow you, he says. Jackie closes his eyes. I know, he replies. If you'd landed, the stuntman continues, we would have all tried it. Jackie nods. That's why it mattered, he says. The guilt doesn't arrive dramatically. It accumulates. In small moments. In glances that linger too long. In conversations that stop when he enters the room. When Jackie finally returns to set, months later, the energy is different. People are polite, professional, but cautious. Not about the stunts. About him. Jackie notices. He always does. It hurts more than the injury ever did. During a planning meeting, Jackie suggests a complex sequence. Normally, heads would nod. This time, no one speaks. Finally, a coordinator clears his throat. We should reconsider, he says carefully. Jackie looks around the table. No one meets his eyes. For the first time in his career, Jackie feels something new. Not doubt in himself. Doubt in his leadership. He leans back, thinks, then says something no one expects. You're right, he says. The room freezes. We will find another way, Jackie continues. If it can't be done safely, it won't be done. Silence. Then a shift. A release. That moment becomes the turning point. Not publicly. Internally. Jackie changes the way he works. Not by doing less. By listening more. He encourages pushback. Rewards caution. Makes it clear that stopping him is not disrespect. It's responsibility. The crew notices. Trust rebuilds slowly. Carefully. But it does rebuild. Years later, Jackie speaks about the incident only once. Briefly. Without drama. I thought control meant taking charge, he says. I learned it also means knowing when to step back. He doesn't mention the fracture. Or the blood. Or the silence on the rooftop. He doesn't need to. Behind the scenes, the lesson spreads. Stunt teams become more deliberate. Rehearsals longer. Safety meetings more honest. The culture shifts. Not because Jackie told them to. Because he changed. The younger stuntman eventually becomes a coordinator himself. When asked about leadership, he tells a story. Not about success. About a fall. About watching a legend lie still. About understanding that influence is heavier than risk. Jackie never stops doing stunts. That's not who he is. But he stops pretending control is absolute. Looking back, that rooftop didn't almost end his career. It reshaped it. It stripped away certainty and replaced it with awareness. Because falling taught Jackie Chan something he couldn't learn standing tall. That the most dangerous moment isn't the jump. It's believing you're above the consequences. And once that belief is gone, everything changes.